Paula here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm in like a different setup, so I kind of like switch around my room just to see where I like filming better. But today I'm doing a video that I should have done at the beginning of starting my channel, but today I'm going to be telling you about how everything started, how I became a teen entrepreneur at 16. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and of course let me know any video ideas that you have. So let's get started. So first I'm going to start out by just letting you guys know who I am. So hi, my name is Paula. I am 17 years old. I am the founder of Socials by Paula and Team Boss Babes. I started Socials by Paula July 22nd, 2019, and it is now 2020 in May, so it's almost my 1-year anniversary. I'm so excited about that. But I just want to let you guys know a little bit about my journey and how it all was starting at a really young age, because it's not something that happens often. If you guys do not know or do know, it's not something that is very common to be a teen entrepreneur, and especially like getting taken seriously. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit about my journey and then answer some questions that I actually answered in Akunna's podcast, which is the Bloom podcast, and her questions are really good, so I feel like they'll just implement good in this video. So are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into the video. So when I started Socials by Paula, I was 16 years old. I was July, so it was summer of 2019 of 10th grade. And I knew that a lot of my friends knew what they wanted to do with their life, and I didn't. I was kind of the one left out, and I was really confused with my life, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So backstory with that, I found out about the school FIDM, which is a fashion school in Los Angeles, and I found out that that was the school I wanted to go to. I fit in, and I knew that was perfect for me. So I actually want to study, or I am going to study visual communications, which is PR, digital marketing, window displaying, all that. It's different varieties of things. So when I found out about that, I learned about PR, and I knew it was something with digital marketing. And when figuring out about digital marketing, I had no clue what it is. All I knew was that my uncle did like stuff online, and I would help him with that. I didn't know what the actual definition of what having digital marketing is or what exactly it was. Fast forwarding to after finding out about FIDM, I started applying into different places where it was more into PR and getting myself into, you know, visual communications and PR and digital marketing. So I actually started out with my internship with Relove, which was a sustainable fashion app, and I did PR, digital marketing, Instagram management on there. So I learned a lot of my skills from there, and we'll get into that later. But I got into that internship. I was the only high school student from, I think it was like 100 girls. They were all college students. So I had so much to learn, and I learned so much. So thank you so much to my mentors. If you guys don't know, Alex Shadrow is one of my mentors. She actually had a podcast episode with her, so I'll link it down below if you guys want to listen to that. But after finding out about Relove and I finished my internship, I found out about Nordstrom Fashion Ambassador, and in this journey I just wanted to build my resume for college. I didn't know that I was going to add something else like a business, so I got into the Nordstrom Fashion Ambassador program, and I just learned so much there. I met new people. And then it started summer. So summer I was just at home hanging out with friends until I had a one night idea, I guess. I actually don't even remember, because I know I never even thought about starting a business. So just thinking about starting it, I didn't think it would come up to my mind. So I think it was just like a one night thought, and the next day I kind of posted on my spam account. I guess that was like my thing, and I posted on my spam account. I was like, should I start a YouTube? Oh my god, should I start a business? And everyone said yes. And it was just like a little idea. I was like, okay, but like, what am I going to do it of? So since everyone said yes, and back then I would literally listen to everyone, which good back then, but I don't do that now because there's so much negativity in the world. But good back then, I listened to that poll, but I listened to it, and the next day I made the account. My username is just Socials by Paula. That's my business name, and I kind of came up with it because I was going to do social media, so Socials by my name, just so I can have my name in there and know that it's me. There's no other brand name in there. So I literally made Socials by Paula's Instagram, and I use a cheap Canva template. I'm gonna like put a picture in the screen of my first ever post. I had no clue what I was doing. Like, I did not know what I was getting myself into, and I just thought it was time for me to show my skills that I learned in the past from my internship, from helping my uncle, and I guess incorporate in the digital marketing world that I thought I knew was. In the beginning, I thought that digital marketing was just like a place where you go online and you help people, but it's more than that. But I kind of just made the account, and I started finding random accounts that I learned from Relove and these people that I've connected with. So what I did, I would just message him and be like, oh, I would love if you could help me support my new business, which is Socials by Bone, and I would give him my app. And that's kind of how I started building up my followers. I think I had like 100 followers in the first like 2 weeks, and that was because of the skills that I learned from Relove. So after that, I kind of just started posting daily, or at least every other day or something like that. I would be consistent at least. And I was using the hashtag strategies that Relove showed me, and a lot of different things that I learned from Relove and from my internship. So I took all that into consideration and I started putting it into Socials by Paola. And the first thing that I did was I actually got my first client in the second week of starting my business, which I was really crazy about. I was like, what the heck? Like, people actually DMing me. People actually want my services. And I actually didn't know what the heck to do because I had no plan. I actually started my business with no plan. I did not know what I was going to do. So I kind of just reached back to the person and I said, thank you so much. I am so excited. And the first thing they asked me for was a YouTube intro, and that was kind of like what I started my business off as being, was YouTube intros and like Instagram management. So this YouTube intro, I did what they asked and I gave them a really low price, which I do regret now because that intro took me so much time, like it was crazy. But it happens when you're starting, like you don't know what to price yourself and such. So I did that first intro and she loved it and she left me a review. She's like, I would love to leave a review, and I had no clue what that meant. Like, I didn't know where it was gonna go. So I took that review and she was like, make a Facebook account. So I made a Facebook account. I turned Socials by Paola into a business account and she put the review on there. And after her review, I actually got a couple other clients and I was just like okay with it. Like, I didn't know it would be anything else. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do intros here and there. Like once a week, once a month, like it wasn't going to be like a serious thing. Little did I know. But after that, I kind of just started growing it in there. And then after a couple like months, I think it was like 1 or 2 months, and in the meantime, I didn't tell my family about this. It was just like me by myself. So a couple months, 1 or 2 months, like I said, I started learning about Facebook groups. And if you guys want me to do a separate video on Facebook groups, please let me know. I stand Facebook groups. I love Facebook groups. They're literally everything. So I found out about Facebook groups and I joined them, and I did not know Facebook was a community for this. I thought Facebook was like for my mom or my grandma to like talk or something. But it was more. There's a lot of different groups in there. So I joined different groups and I just kind of like posted about myself. I was just like, hey, this is me, I'm new and I offer these services. And I was actually able to get a lot of people from there asking for my services. For example, I got Holly that I mentioned in my last video that I was interviewing her for my podcast. So I got her as a client from Facebook groups, as well as I met so many people from Facebook groups. So I kind of did that as a way to build my brand in the beginning too. But after I started joining Facebook groups, people started finding me. So it took about 3 or 4 months for people to actually find my profile. And in the meantime, I still didn't think this was going to be official or like serious. So I literally just kept doing it, kept posting these bad pictures, these bad templates, but it was still showing that I was still able to grow and get people to know who I am and my services. So fast forward to I think 3 months or 4 months into my business, I told my uncle about it, and he does graphic design, so he helped me come out with my first logo. Like my actual logo, like the one I started out with, was just a Canva one. So we actually like designed my brand and we started designing my website. I did not have a website at the beginning, by the way. So I started out by designing my website, starting my logo, and making it more serious. And this is when I knew, oh my god, this is a serious thing. Like, I need, you know, to take this more seriously. So it also came to the point right there in October, November that I was actually going into FIDM to apply as a junior. So it was great timing. I actually put my business in there, and it was before I even relaunched everything. It was just like literally my bad logo, my bad posting, and it just felt really cool. So I actually implemented that into my FIDM career and like my application. If you guys want a video on that, please let me know. I love FIDM. It's like amazing, so I'd love to make some videos on that. But I incorporated in there, and when I was in there, she was like, oh my god, this is so cool, like you're gonna go far. And I was like, if a college says I'm gonna go far, I need to take this seriously. So that's when I went into with my uncle, and we did everything, the logo, the rebranding, and the website. So that was about December, and then we were able to purchase my domain, which is www.socialsbypaola.com. And I was literally going crazy because I was like, this is official. Like, it wasn't processing through my head, but it was. And I knew that I was actually starting something serious, and this was gonna be my life. So after that, it came into 2020, and I was still very new, I guess I would say. And I was still trying to find a following on Instagram, on Facebook, and just trying to grow my clientele and my intros, as that was my focus in the beginning. So now we are in January 2020, and I'm actually taking my business a little bit more serious, and I have my website built, my first draft of my website. And I am starting to get so many clients that I don't know what to do. So I actually started branding myself to being more niche down, and I focused a little bit on YouTube intros, but as well as starting on YouTube management. So I'll get a little bit more into that when I answer the questions, but I do offer YouTube management services and YouTube editing. And that came from, before this channel, I used to want to do YouTube, but a lot of things happened, you know, bullying and stuff. But I learned all these skills, and I had Final Cut Pro on my computer, so I was like, what am I doing? I have this program that a lot of people don't have. I have this skill that a lot of people don't really know how to use. And I was like, I'm gonna help people. So I started incorporating YouTube management services or YouTube editing. And I actually got a couple clients from there, which was so much fun. I actually love editing YouTube videos. I feel like the best way to connect with other people and meet other people. But I actually started niching down and focusing more on YouTube and a little bit on social media, like Instagram management and YouTube growth. I mean, Instagram growth, I cannot talk. But now it's like February of this year, March, kind of like the time we are now. I mean, I'm still growing, and I'm still, you know, doing these crazy things, still working with people that I love and that I love working with. So that's kind of where I am now with Socials by Paola, and I actually just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I know it's just a number, but to me it feels so much because it just shows how much work I've actually put into my business and everything I've done, and it's now finally at 1,000 followers. And I feel like that's just a number you always want to hit when you start a business. Like, once you hit 500, like, you are going crazy, but once you hit 1,000, it's crazier. But I just hit 1,000, so I'm so happy about that. Thank you guys to everyone who is subscribed to this channel and is following Socials by Paola. That means so much, and I'm so excited for the future of Socials by Paola. But now I want to talk about Team Boss Babes, since that's my second business. So I actually started Team Boss Babes in quarantine. And my idea came out through quarantine. So I actually had the idea of Team Boss Babes in the beginning of March. In the beginning of March, there was no such thing as like quarantine yet, but the coronavirus was here. So I kind of count it as a quarantine thought. So I actually started Team Boss Babes, and I started planning for it. I had a mini business plan. Me and my uncle did the logo, we did the branding, we picked the colors. And then we actually just started pre-launching it. So we actually took time before to launch it and announce it and try to find people to follow Team Boss Babes and be part of the community. And after that, I actually launched April 1st. And it's now May 13th, and it's been like a month and 13 days exactly. And I have grown so much on Team Boss Babes. I've met so many amazing people. My journey with Team Boss Babes was nothing I ever expected. I didn't even expect starting a first business and now a second business. Like, what the heck? But I am here. I am now a teen entrepreneur for 2 businesses, not just one. So I am the founder of Socials by Paola and Team Boss Babes, and it is the best feeling in the world to know that I am able to make an impact in people's lives in both ways. If it's either teens, helping teens believe in themselves and know that their ideas are valued, and them being an entrepreneur is okay, and that's the best thing that can happen to them. And also just in the other way of helping people grow their YouTube channel, grow their business, launching their business and stuff like that. Like, I just love that I'm able to help people in both ways. So now I'm going to move on to answering the questions that I did for Akunna's podcast. Akunna's podcast is the Bloom podcast, and I'm going to leave my feature down below, but I love the questions that she asked me, and I feel like it's just good to answer them in this video because it's something that incorporates, I guess, what we're doing. So let's get into the questions. So the first question is, who are you and what do you do? So my name is Paola. I'm 17 years old. I'm the founder of Socials by Paola and Team Boss Babes, and I am a teen entrepreneur. That's kind of the answer for that. When did you start your agency? So I started Socials by Paola last July 22nd, 2019. And actually in this podcast interview I said August, but I actually rechecked and it was July. So I started in July, and I did not know what I was gonna do. I did not know what entrepreneur life was, starting a business, so that's kind of how I went. And then the other question is, did you have a background in video editing? So as I mentioned, I wanted to have a YouTube channel. I actually had a YouTube channel in the past. But maybe a lot of things that you guys have gone through, or maybe not, but it's a reality of having a YouTube channel, is that you get bullied. So I actually got bullied when I was having my first and my second and my third YouTube channel. So I've gone through so much. I've had a passion for YouTube for years. I just never found the time to restart because I was scared and I didn't want people to judge me. And I actually thought now was the perfect time because I was like, I have all this that's going for me, and why not add another platform and share it with other people that maybe haven't found my Instagram or my Facebook or my services at all. So this is why I started my YouTube channel. But yes, I have a lot of video editing backgrounds. When I was younger and I got my first MacBook at 10 or 11, something like that, when I started my first YouTube channel, as well as Final Cut Pro. So I have all these resources, so I was like, it's time for me to help people with video editing. And I honestly think I'm kind of good at it. On this channel, I'm still like not finding how exactly I want to edit my videos, so you guys might not see my full effect of editing. The next question is, how do you manage high school and business? Honestly, I don't even know how I'm doing it. Right now during quarantine, it's very like easy. I'm not really doing anything. And I only have 1 hour class. But when I was in school, what I would do is I would incorporate my business during school. So lunch, I would answer DMs. If I had free time in class, I would work on something. Good thing I had my best friend to help me, always there, like, oh, Bowie, like, do you need to do anything? Or like, would you want me to answer your DMs? Or she would like tell me if someone would DM me. So that's kind of how I would manage my time, as well as just after school making sure I do get time for my business. If that's like 1 hour, 2 hours, rather than having zero, I'd rather have a couple of hours. But right now with quarantine, I kind of spend all my days working, and it's just so much fun. I actually love doing it, so I don't mind, but I do dedicate at least an hour or two for school, and more my focus is business because I do have more free time. The next question is, what was the purpose for making Team Boss Babes? So this is like something I really wanted to go into, and I wanted to wait till I got this question. So I started Team Boss Babes because when I started my entrepreneur journey as a teen, on any platform, no one would take me serious because I was only 16. People and their stereotypes is that 16-year-olds do not know how to do anything. We are not smart. I get like we're smart in school, but we're not smart in business. We don't have a piece of paper, so we can't do business. We don't know these key terms, and I kind of answered that in my last video of the expectations versus reality. But that's kind of what happens when you are a teen entrepreneur. So when I was going through that, I did not know that there was a community for that, and there is not a community for that. So I was like, this is my time to shine, and I wanted to create Team Boss Babes where teens can come feel welcome, and they know that their entrepreneur journey or anything that they do is valued, and there is so much support in it. So I didn't want them to feel let down, and I don't want anything else to stop their dreams. So that's why I started Team Boss Babes. And currently with Team Boss Babes, we do have a creative team, which is so cool, and I was able to connect all these different girls that didn't know each other, and they have the same journey. For example, our first call, like our team call, we actually like chatted for a whole 2 hours because we all related on these same topics, which was crazy. And that was kind of like the purpose why I started Team Boss Babes. So I'm really, really happy with that, and I hope we grow into a big community where more teens can come and it can turn into webinars and stuff like that. So that was it for, I guess, my journey of being a teen entrepreneur. If you'd like me to do like a mini series of this type of content, for example, exact tips of how I grow, the realities of what it meant to go from 0 followers to 1,000 followers in less than a year, please let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and sorry, I think it was really long. I'm not sure. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. And if you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope to see you in my pages. Thank you. Bye.